Hey guys, Paul from Ashen Phoenix. It's new comic book day for the week of December 22nd. And we're getting started right now. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays.
You filthy animals.
And keep the change. This episode brought to you by Paul and Tim Do a Thing. We do a thing.
We do it.
Check it out.
Yeah. Hey guys, Tim from Paul and Tim Do a Thing. Capes and Scowls. The comic book store. And Team Ashen. Trade time. We've got Green Lantern Invictus. This is volume 1 of the Teen Lantern arc that features a plethora of Green Lanterns. I reviewed issue 1. I was on the fence about it. I'd have to read more. We've got Mafioso. This is from Dark Horse, and I skimmed through it and it looked pretty fun. I don't know a lot about it, though. I didn't get enough out of that to tell you more. We got Moonshine, volume 5. Azzarello, man. Azzarello's so good. So I assume that book is still very, very good. Marvel Action Chillers. This probably should have came out in October, but hey, here we are. Or probably issues did. Whatever. Enigma. Peter Milligan. This is a strange kind of concept. It's a burger book, which was essentially it is Vertigo. And I think like Peter Milligan probably did so much for Vertigo. I don't know. Did he do a ton outside of Vertigo? I just feel like once Vertigo happened, Peter Milligan just lived there, which was good for him. Very strange concept of a book. This is the whole thing all in one. Philadelphia is up to volume 3. And it has a quote from Snoop Dogg on the back. That's fun. If you love vampires that scare the shit out of you, you can find them in Philadelphia. I hope somebody paid him to say that. Star Wars Bounty Hunters. This is the Darth Vader issues. This is Darth Vader volume 3 of the newest run. That's Greg Pak. He always good. Power Rangers Unlimited. This is some of those tie-in issues, I believe, that was happening along with Edge of Darkness. Yes. I like that it looks like a VR Trooper. Remember VR Troopers, kids? And then I've got... oh, no. I'm ending with Double Liefeld. Deadpool Epic Collection, The Circle Chase. Why didn't they write Deadpool up here? It seems like they wanted to, and they didn't. But if you're into Deadpool and you haven't read all his early Strange appearances, they're all in here, including that Silver Sable issue. And finally, Snake Eyes, Dead Game. I reviewed issue 1 of this. I like Liefeld's writing in this. I just don't prefer his art. It makes me sad because this was pretty good. Oh well.
First up, we have Radiant Black, issue number 11. There's a lot of spoilers in here. There's a lot happened in the very last issue, and we are now coming to terms with all of that information. It's the best way to explain it. And also, Radiant Black and Radiant Pink go after one of the supervillains that has really recently popped up. And things don't go the right way, but not in a bad way. So that's about all I can say about it without really spoiling the big reveal from the last issue. So, yeah, this continues to be a really interesting book, and I really want to see more.
All right, first up for me, we have Darkhold, Spider-Man, issue number 1. What a weird book. I don't understand what the hell's going on. Basically, the world is crumbling apart, and people just fall apart, like your arm could just fall off. And it's an interesting concept. I assume the Darkhold is going quite uncontrollably bad right now. But Spider-Man is flying through the city. He's trying to literally wed people back together in buildings, and it is just strange and weird and sad, but it's mostly weird. This is mostly a very strange story. I don't know if they're going to do more with this particular side of the Darkhold. I know they've done a bunch of other one-shots for this. Very weird. Just very weird. The art was fine, but just, good lord. I don't even know what I read. Very strange. If you want something weird, if you're in the mood for weird, I can highly recommend this.
Next up, we have Batman Catwoman, issue number 9. We're getting towards the end. A lot is happening in this book as Selina's trying to get away from Gotham because she's on a manhunt because despite killing the Joker, it's still a crime, and therefore she has to pay for her crime. So, yeah, as she tries to get out, you have that running through, and then the other 2 timelines coming in, and you see a lot of what happened prior to the relationship of Batman and Catwoman, and how he views a lot of the world. And this has been a great series. There's only 3 issues left. But I can't wait to see how this turns out.
All right, so this was nearly my pick of the week. When I don't know what else to read, I just pick something at random, and it was Nightwing, issue number 87. That's fun, isn't it? I know Nightwing's been getting a lot of acclaim. People have been saying it's super good, so I said, sure, I'll randomly read a Nightwing issue. And this reminds me of like the Fraction Hawkeye stuff, because it's just like weird kind of the way the art, it goes from, it's like side-scrolling, and the characters are drawn multiple times, and you just see this whole big picture unfolding. You feel the motion of what they're going through. And very cool story. Basically, there is a hit put out on Dick Grayson, not Nightwing, so they aren't aware of his alter ego, and it is a large enough bounty that quite a few people tried to take him out. And it is him, because he's Nightwing, chasing down these criminals, all in this sequential form. It's really good. Super, super good, but something did beat it out just a little bit. But if you haven't been reading Nightwing, I can tell you this was awesome and a joy to read, so definitely check it out.
And my pick of the week, it is Batman One Dark Night magazine thing. But it's actually really neat. The concept is Batman is trying to get a character named EMP to Blackgate. They're moving him from Arkham to Blackgate to a more secure facility to kind of keep him alive. And then that goes badly. And EMP, as you can imagine, what happens? One Dark Night. It's basically him trying to get EMP to Blackgate before Blackgate blows up, in the middle of a complete blackout caused by EMP, and trying to dodge the gangs that want to kill him and the gangs that want to recapture EMP and all that kind of stuff. It's actually really interesting. The art is good. I liked the way this story was told and laid out, and yeah, it's an interesting story. I'd like to see more. I don't know how many issues this is, but I know it's at least 2 books. I don't know, but definitely interesting read. Grab it.
And it's time for my pick of the week. Paul, do you know what my pick of the week is?
Absolutely not.
No, you don't. It's King Conan, number 1.
Could have guessed that.
You could have guessed it would be King Conan. You would have been right. It is really fun because it's Jason Aaron and Muhammad Assar again together. They did the first Marvel run of Conan, and now they're doing a King Conan. And just this book, I didn't know what to expect. I was like, oh, it's just Conan. Conan's always great, right? The writing is super good. Always good from Jason Aaron. But Muhammad Assar is awesome. His panels, his artwork is what makes this my pick of the week. He did such a great job. And this is, I mean, really good team, because you've also got Matthew Wilson and Travis Lanham. Like, all these really good people are on this book. But the artwork and the story they're telling, basically weaving Conan, he ends up on an island. He's thrown ashore, and he's trying to survive, and he realizes he's probably not alone on the island. The island just seems hellish. There's nothing can survive for long on the island, and it turns into a pretty epic fight. And I don't want to kind of give away all the things that are going to happen, but I was so surprised by what ends up happening and just really had a good time with it. It felt like classic Conan. It got to a point. It told you a little bit of his backstory if you didn't know what had been going on. There was some clever usage of titles and just what Conan thinks of himself and others. I just had a great time reading it, and the art really pulls this together. Like I said, Jason Aaron words it all really well, but that art, my goodness, so good. I had a blast reading this. Please check out King Conan. It was awesome. I can't wait for issue 2. All right, guys, that is it for this video. I hope everybody has good holidays. You know, you got done with your Hanukkahs, you're about to do your Christmases, all of that stuff. And I hope everybody has a good time. Paul, say Merry Christmas to everybody.
Merry Christmas, everybody!
Yep. And
Why did you pause on that? Like, you asked me to do it, I did it, and you're just like,
huh?
Meh.
That's just what I do. So it's over. Thank you. I forgot to take my mask off that whole time. That's funny.
Oh, they know you care.
I care.
Yeah.
And I appreciate... Paul, you're making this difficult. If you do enjoy us and you go over to Paul and Tim Do a Thing, we're going to have a countdown coming up for New Year's, counting down our top 10 artists that we reacted to. So if you want more of that, that'll be coming soon. We will be back next week. Again, potentially there'll be less books, so I don't know how huge the reviews will be. Sometimes they scatter the releases. This week was a full release, so next week maybe not. Or maybe they're just like, the hell with it, who cares? I don't know. But I just wanted to prepare you for that possibility. So keep reading comics, keep supporting comics, and go support your LCS, because that's what you should do. Okay, bye.